Hey, want to know how I do my voice?
Yes, I do, Chimichanga. Hello, everybody. It's QueenieDeerhart here. I'm the person behind this little guy. He's my little boy, Chimichanga the fox. Yeah. And a lot of people have been asking me a few questions about him. Now, as you know, in my channel, normally I like to be Chimi and answer the questions as Chimi, so I don't normally like doing bits talking about being a fursuiter and a furry when I'm wearing him, because it just feels weird, because when I'm wearing him I become him. It's weird. It's just how my brain works. So several of you have asked a few questions about this guy. How did he come along? How did I come about having him as a character? He was actually an adopt. He was a pre-made, his first generation head, which you will see in another video on the QueenieDeerhart channel. QueenieDeerhart rather than Chimichanga Fox. I explain how he came about. He was an adopt from a friend, and it was a kitsune fox, just a generic kitsune fox that I adopted, and I just came up with this character, just putting the head on one day. Originally he was goofy and stuff, and then one day he developed a voice, and it was just kind of like this gruff, manly voice, and then it kind of went from there. And the maker who found out that I had purchased him also happens to be the maker that I'm working with for QueenieDeerhart, my actual main persona. And so I had a really tough summer, basically. Really crazy tough summer, lots of family problems. And so she remade Chimichanga. This is version 2.0. She remade him and presented him to me as a surprise, which is where he gets his 3D follow eyes from. The reason why he has these black eyes is because he's a kitsune style, and he just looks like he's always going yeah all the time. And the voice has just come out of playing. I tried lots of different voices, and I ended up on this really gruff voice because the original Chimi was very rough around the edges and not very handsome, not like you at all. And that's how he came to be. So a lot of people have also asked who made him. He was made by Agnes of Og Fursuits, and so I will put a link down there to her Facebook page, or possibly to her FA page. She is open for commissions at the moment. And those of you who watched the video that we made a couple of days ago will know that Chimichanga version 1.0 has now been reborn as Jambalaya the Fox, Chimichanga's daughter. So, and Jambalaya is played by my real life daughter, which I think is kind of cute. Anyway, how do I do the voice? How do I do the low voice? Well, a lot of it is just down to playing with my voice and knowing my voice acting, and practicing different voices. Those of you who've hung around me any length of time will know that I can play around with my voice quite a lot. I have a 4-octave vocal range on account of biology. So yeah, thank you biology and genetics and all that. I trained as a singer at music college, so I learnt how to manipulate my voice quite a lot. I also happen to be trans, so I was born with other bits, and I can use my voice quite a lot if I want to. But it's also about being able to play with your voice. I know lots of cisgendered women who can play with their voices just as much as I can, so you don't have to be trans to play with your voice as much as I do. The best way I can describe it is make lots of silly sounds, find out where your voice starts and ends. So and know where it starts and stops. My dog's going to come through in a minute and go, "What are you doing, man?" The other thing is listen to people talking and listen to different accents and try and mimic them. That really helps. So I, for example, I like listening to people from different parts of the UK because that's where I'm originally from. And I lived with a Scot for a while. And so she's Scottish. She was not from Edinburgh, but for some reason I can do a very good Edinburgh accent. It's one of the easier accents to do. I'm originally from Norfolk in East Anglia, and we talk like that when we talk. We don't want my mouth very much, so we sort of talk like that, and we don't say much really. So playing with different accents and playing with different voices. I'm sorry, I've got a really itchy nose. I've got chimmy dust on my nose. Playing with different voices and different accents helps. And with Chimi,
he's just like, hey, just like this really gruff voice just comes out of nowhere. Hey, it's Chimichanga the Fox. How are you doing? Well, this is actually my voice, kind of dropped down a bit with an American twang. It's really bad American accent, as you can tell, but I have to try and concentrate on getting the whole of my chest just resonating and knowing how to do that. And if you do any singing, you should already know how to get this bit of your head resonating and this bit of your chest resonating. And Chimi is a chest voice,
whereas my voice is much more of a nasal upper voice, kind of a mix of the two, I suppose. And if you go up there, if you kind of think about right up to the top there, that voice, I'm right up here somewhere. You have to kind of visualize it in different parts of your head. I'm doing a really bad job of explaining it, to be honest. There we go. And of course, Queenie Octavia Christina Deerhart, who is my other character, she has a voice that is right up here in her forehead. And so when I'm talking as her, I almost think that I'm looking down on everybody and I'm telling them off all the time, you see. And also she has that slightly strained voice, and I'm not using much of my chest resonance at all. It's all here, in the back of the throat and up in my nose and my nasal cavity.
Whereas Chimi's right down there, and the pace is different. And so know the different parts of your voice and where they resonate from, and that will help. And then just practice speaking in suit. I mean, it's just that simple. I'm gonna break the magic now. Oh my god! What are you doing? You're breaking the magic. So, yeah. It's a lot easier, actually. I find that when you have the head on, you find that certain actions, so you'll see Chimi does a lot of that kind of, yep. And, the jaw, it's, the movement that I make with the jaw also helps with his accent and the performance of that. So, that's pretty much it.
Anyway, I hope that answers the questions. We'll be back tomorrow with a Q&A. He's going to be doing Q&A, not me. And some of you have asked questions that he's not going to answer. So if he doesn't answer those questions tomorrow, don't worry. I'll try and answer them in a future video. So thank you for watching. Have a great Tuesday. Bye.